Hello, Silver friends. This is Joli from QuickSilverHair, and today I just wanted to hop on and share a little bit about QuickSilverHair, the channel, me, the blog, and just some thoughts that I've been having about being here with you on YouTube and my website. So first I want to start with, I've been having this conversation with someone I consider to be a mentor, and she sent me an email saying, I think it's really great what you're doing on your website and supporting women. And I think it's really wonderful what you're providing for women who are ditching the dye and ditching societal norms. And I came back to her and I said, thank you so much for saying that. I will cherish those words because there are times when I wonder what I'm doing here talking about hair. And she came back and we had more discussion over, it's about so much more than hair. Hair is a form of our identity. It is a form of our self-identity, and it is, it helps build our confidence. It helps boost how we feel as women. Do we feel beautiful? Do we feel wonderful? Do we feel healthy? And she reminded me in this conversation that because it is about so much more than hair, and I sign all my blogs with that, it's about way more than hair. She reminded me that in a society that shames women into dyeing their hair, in a society that says you are only youthful if your hair is one of the almighty 4 colors, black, brown, blonde, or red, it is important to have someone out there that has a voice that says, hey, this is really beautiful. And so in that regard, I'm really proud of the content on my website, and I'm really proud of the content that I'm starting to be able to give you here on YouTube. On that token, I'm also very proud of all of the silver women who are presenting themselves on YouTube and on websites like Katie of Katie Goes Platinum is a good friend of mine. And I think it's imperative that we have more resources like that for all of us to find support, because one of the things that happens when you transition is sometimes it is way more than about hair. For me, I learned to embrace my physical self in a way that I had never embraced it before. So for instance, throughout my 30s, I worked out 6 days a week. I ate very strict proportions of food. I weighed my food. I went through some really weird stuff about food. I do have food allergies, so that kind of started that cycle. I also have Hashimoto's disease, so I was very clear that I needed to be very careful with my diet and my weight. And I kind of went a little overboard. I wasn't like extremely, thin and anorexic or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I worked out 6 days a week and I ate like that, and I never reached my ideal weight. I actually never reached a weight even that if they measured me at the doctor's office was acceptable. I was always a higher BMI than I should be because I am a big boned 5'7" woman, and that means that I don't normally fit inside the BMI, which, let me just say this, if you are concerned about BMI and you are in even close to normal range and you're a little overweight, don't stress over that. That scale is just not accurate. But well, anyway, I'm not going to go off on that. But what happened as I embraced my silver hair was I started to realize that being my authentic self is who I am. And another thing that I went through in my 30s was severe anxiety. And one of the things that I learned to do to cope with my anxiety was staying in the moment and living in the now. Living in the now means that you focus on this moment. You focus on what's happening right in front of you right this second. Because the reality is there's no such thing as the past and there's no such thing as the future. There's only now. What that meant in translation to my hair and to my physical body was, this is it. This is what I have right now. This is who I am right now. And it is what it is. And yes, I can make choices and I can make changes and I can do things right now that will affect my future. None of it will affect my past. None of it will change anything that's already happened. But I can say, I'm thirsty. I need more water. I don't need to eat that chocolate. I've already had sugar today. Those are things that I can do in the now, but I don't have to push towards some ideal version of beauty with my hair color, with my makeup, with my clothing, with my physical body size. None of that. And if you have found that during your transition, you've found layers of authenticity that you didn't know you were going to discover, maybe you ditched all your clothes too and changed your style. Maybe you decided to lose weight and, get down to a healthy weight. Maybe you decided that exercising 6 days a week and breaking your back wasn't something you wanted to do anymore. Maybe you gotten divorced. Maybe you've changed jobs. There's all of these things that are transitions in life that can coincide with ditching the dye. And it can mean that your life is, impacted in a way you never saw coming. It was something that happened to me. I found there was several things that happened. I really, truly embraced being someone who supports other women, because I feel like we have so many pressures on us as mothers, as daughters, as sisters, as single women, as career women. There are all of these pressures on us to look a certain way, to behave a certain way, to react a certain way. We're not allowed to cry. We're not allowed to laugh too loud. There's all those things. There's all those pressures. And if I am one drop in the ocean that changes your life in any way, then I have succeeded on this channel and my blog. I have succeeded in being here for you, which is how I kind of ended the conversation with my mentor was, one drop in the ocean is all it takes. And on that note, I kind of want to share a little bit more, and then I'll wrap this up, about what I'm doing here and on this channel. My mission with QuickSilverHair was to help you have the healthiest silver hair possible, because I think healthy hair is beautiful hair. And when we ditch the dye, there is this belief that it is more coarse, that it's more dry, that it's ugly, that it's drab, blah, blah, blah. I'm here to help you prove all of those myths wrong. And that means that I want to bring you education, information, products, resources, whatever that may be, to help you. And that's why I'm here. So I consider myself an accidental influencer, because when I started QuickSilverHair, I started it with my 2 products. And of course, I quickly realized as I was writing the blog that those 2 products weren't going to be enough for all of us. We're going to need some more things. So I started talking about the best shampoos, the best conditioners, the best deep conditioners, the best ways to clarify, the best ways to protect your hair. And there are eBooks now that you can look at the eBooks, and you can get compilations of the blog where you can read it all in one place, rather than having to read a blog and then find the next blog and then find another blog. And it just kind of organized it a little better. And hopefully you have checked those out. If not, I'll link everything below. The other thing that I have done is affiliated with certain companies. Now, as an accidental influencer, I have not been an influencer that is approached by companies and asked to present products to you yet. At this point, I have only gone out and found products myself that I have researched. I have looked at all their ingredients. I have looked at the products themselves. I have tried most of them on my hair. And then I go back to the company if I like the products and I think that there's something that I'm going to talk about a lot, and ask if I can affiliate with them. At this point, the 2 main affiliations I have with brands is Scene and Loma. They are companies that I stand by, and they, for me, meet criteria that I feel is important for silver hair. Healthy scalp, healthy skin, healthy hair, non-staining, protective, etc. I'm also an affiliate with the Amazon system, and I have been from previous businesses, so I carried that over when I started writing the blog for QuickSilverHair. I feel like it's a good affiliate system because it's easy for me to track what kind of information I'm putting out and what you're responding to and what products you're actually interested in purchasing. So I don't always make money off of the videos that I put out or my blog. As a matter of fact, I don't even have advertising on my blog. I chose that intentionally because I don't like advertising. I tend to get distracted very easily by that kind of stuff. So like even when I'm working on my computer, all my browsers have ad block on them because I can't read and have ads popping up, or I don't retain the information. And while, you know, I understand that blogs need advertising to support their platform, so I'm not judging that in any way, that's fine. It's just something that I chose not to do for myself and for you, my readers. I want you to know that what I bring to you is intentional. It's purposeful. It's products that I have had in my hot little hands and that I believe in and that I trust. I want you to know that I'm here for you as a fellow silver sister that went through the process of ditching the dye. And I understand some of the challenges. I understand some of those just moments where you go, what am I doing? What am I thinking? And that moment where you really need someone to say, we gotcha. We got your back. I just wanted to share a little bit about that conversation that I was having and how it translated to helping me feel more confident about being here, because I feel like every time you have a question, every time you ask yourself a question, ask the universe a question, there's an answer. And for me, the last few months, I have been wondering what direction QuickSilverHair is going to go in. I have been wondering, am I taking it in the right direction? Am I doing what I am supposed to be doing for you? And am I giving you relevant and wonderful and helpful information, content, etc.? And I had been questioning that a lot. And I specifically question that when someone comes at me via email and they're upset, or they don't like something about what I've given them, or they're critical to me in some way on the channel. I start to question myself, because negativity, you know, begets negativity. You take on the negativity and you evaluate it. I am one of those people that I will brush it off. I will eventually go, it doesn't really matter what they think, because all that matters is if I feel like what I'm doing is right for you and right for me. I do firmly believe that other people's opinions of me are none of my business. So I don't take all that stuff on forever, but I am human. It does affect me when someone comes at me, and it does make me question myself. It does make me question what I'm doing here and why. And I will tell you this, every single time I have questioned myself, I get an email that is a shining review about the products, or an email about, your blog changed everything for me. I didn't realize I was doing this and I stopped, and thank you so much. Or I get a gratitude email, or I get a comment that just rotates my perspective. This email thread that I had with my mentor was very interesting because I was fully in that question mode, and here it came. The answer from the universe was, you keep going. You keep doing what you're doing because it's right. It's good for the world. And I'm not a politician. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not, making some worldwide pivotal monumental change, and it's okay. I don't have to be. And I think it's important for all of us to understand that you don't have to be magnificent or fabulous or perfect to make influence on the world in a positive way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, or at least I hope you stuck with me to the end and heard me out. It was really hard for me to do this video. And on that note, wherever you are in the world today, I hope you're having a wonderful day and shine on.